Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm getting this video out a little bit later than usual, but hopefully you all forgive me. Sometimes you're just not in the right kind of place to want to put yourself on video. And I have been unpacking and cleaning down to the last little inch this van ambulance, this converted ambulance that I've been living in. And yeah, it took up a lot of my energy this weekend amongst, a bunch of other things in my personal life. So yeah, kind of just needed to laser in, do my thing and focus on that. And I'm excited to now be here doing collective readings. I'm still not through all of my stuff yet, of needing to be sorted, but yeah, I'm gonna at least be here for that. I'm sitting actually in front of the fire, so it's quite nice and toasty, although my toes are cold. So would love to know where you're joining in from. If the fall winter season is something that you like, I personally love when it starts to get colder. I do find it challenging to always dress warm right away. So I find it is, it does get chilly right away. So it's good to make sure that you're properly dressed for it. So good reminder for all the Canadians who are currently uncomfortable, just make yourself more comfortable. Do it earlier rather than in the dead of winter when you know you need to. Just make yourself comfortable now. And deal with judgment if people judge you for not wearing your sandals still. Actually, I was wearing my sandals this morning, so I couldn't be judged. Okay, so this is for the week of October 3rd to October 9th. This is the collective oracle energy reading, and I'm just going to see what comes through. Then I'll switch into the extended, where I do a little bit of an extra kind of talk, or I deepen the message, or I go on some sort of tangent, which I feel is more applicable to people who are actively invested in self-healing work. So there's a couple different avenues people can watch the extended oracle readings. And it's if you're either a current or past Empath Energetics participant, or if you'd like to be put on the waiting list for the next year, probably next spring, but I'm not sure. But for the next year, if you want to be put on the waiting list for Empath Energetics, then you could see the extended. I think I'll add some permission for that, but you've got to get in touch with me first and let me know that that's what you're thinking about doing. Or joining the I Am Unity community over at Nourish Nomad Co. So you can see all the links below. And this week, there are more people booking shamanic journeying sessions and deep belief transformation sessions, specifically inner child work and the deep belief hypnosis sessions. Part of the deep belief sessions being booked is because I've just graduated. And so people are excited, wanting to support this new skill that I have and see what I've got to offer. I've been working on it for about a year, and it's a really dense and very direct, very deep type of hypnotherapy. And I think that I'm a fairly compassionate practitioner, very intuitive, so I'm able to see what the root is and try to help you walk to that as well. It's a really powerful process that also does involve some inner child work. So I like the fact that I come from actually a shamanic background and can help with the inner child integration on a soul level as well. So yeah, that's fun and exciting this week. I'm going to Scotland at the end of this month. I realize I should start doing some more updates in these collective energy reads. Normally I'm like, okay, here for you. Here's what I'm going to do. But I should probably fill you in on what's happening in my world. You all generally watch because, you like watching me talk as well. Just skip ahead if you don't, obviously. Skip ahead straight through the video if you don't like listening to me talk. You should just not be here. While you're here, if you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And I just want to make sure that you like or comment or subscribe if you haven't done any of those things. The more that come in, the more these videos get promoted. And I've been fascinated watching YouTube videos and which channels get tons of subscribers, but not very many views or not very many likes compared to an extreme amount of views. And trying to be a bit more active. I think one thing that can drain us is when we are not active in our social media. When we genuinely engage, we spend less time on it because we exhaust our social interacting by actually doing the social interacting. So we spend less time just in the void of scrolls. And we intake less information, which is just easier mentally. Sometimes we can take quite an information load on in our minds. So my nose is starting to run. I'm getting all warm, but also cool at the same time. I'm going to start reading for our collective energy for this week. What do we need to pay attention to this week of October 3rd to 9th? So I'm going to Scotland October 24th to November 2nd. So I will do a collective energy read before I leave, but then I might skip one. I think I'm actually going to take the week off. I don't often do that. So it's just like a really, really beautiful treat. And it's not going to be a week off at all. It's going to be a week in, a week on, and in my spiritual journey and spiritual work. And, you know, I do this work as a regular part of things, but the enjoyment and the luxury of being able to sit and pursue knowledge just for the sake of it and to feel good and to be around. I really do love the people at Anamkara. They're very kind to me and very supportive. So I'm really looking forward to being back in that area as well. And just familiar, being back in my ancestral homelands means a lot to me. I'm actually flying into Dublin. So if anyone knows anything about flying into Dublin, actually, if anyone knows anything is about moving overseas, I could really use the support because I'm going to have to like send some of my things, maybe not all of my things. I don't know. And that's definitely coming up in my mind a lot. Okay. And so what I was going to ask too is if anyone knows in Dublin, if they've ever been to that airport, if they've ever had a long layover, or if you just happen to know what's around that airport, if there's anything you would suggest for me, feel free to let me know. Because I think I have like 8 hours or something at the Dublin airport, which I think would be enough to like exit, do one small thing and head back. Okay, so I think I'm going to do these botanical inspiration cards, one in the overall, and then the rest for the extended. And same with, okay, same with a couple of these cards. I'm gonna use some of them. All right, and then you know what I'm gonna do after this is, you know what I'm gonna do? No, Kate, tell us. I'm gonna do a love pick a card reading, and then that's all I did not have time for today because I totally do need to finish the rest of my stuff sorting and gathering and putting it into the van. Okay. Not think about that. Can stay balanced here. So this week, October 3rd to 9th. First thing I did want to mention is that I have been hearing of lots of different animals this season. I think it makes sense. There's a lot of shedding kind of energy. So I know that snakes and lizards and spiders have, for me, been coming up like frequently and around different places. As well, there's sort of experiences of physical pains. I know a lot of people going through different physical kind of shifting of pain these days. And I do also feel like a lot of root shifting energy. So a lot of focus on stability, what home looks like to you, what values are, family, anything that's very foundational, root and bones, I would say, like skin. Staying grounded and the importance of staying grounded as well. Actually, so one of the cards is protection for this week. And so this protection, I feel like, is personal protection. How can you be making sure that you have an eye out for yourself? This is just not the type of energy this week to be sort of like freely skipping about life and acting like everything is going to go hunky-dory. It's like, kind of you need to have a bit of discernment. I feel like there's people who are going to like stir stuff up in your week this week and not intentionally. I mean, in their world, maybe you're stirring up their stuff. I don't know. But I feel like there's someone who's going to come in and kind of poke at or mess with some of your stuff this week. That's just what I feel. And so this protection is really about having discernment and clearly deciding how you want to use your energy. So it's like, staying aligned to what you feel is actually like more what you want long-term and like connected to your integrity. We have Lady Portia, which is the similar color to this protection card, Divine Order. It says, do what you feel is right. So very much what I was just saying. And it says an important lesson is unfolding. And that is what I see. So someone listening to this collective, I feel like someone from the past or someone hiding some kind of like ulterior motives. Maybe you already know about the ulterior motives, but you're just like, maybe you're not taking it seriously until this week. What I'm hearing is that it's actually really important for you to let this be a lesson and I guess like learn from it and actually do something with it. This is not something to just acknowledge and let go. This discernment, protection, whatever situation you're going to feel this is relating towards, has a lot to do with your values, because it has a lot to do with like the reason that you're here and the reason you've incarnated at this time, what it is that you're meant to learn and discover in your soul's journey. So it feels like a very important milestone time of paying attention, protecting, almost like, some people can say, and sometimes you can feel this, that the universe sort of puts you through tests, and you can just be going through certain things as how many more times are you going to have the same issue come up? How many more times are you going to let yourself be taken advantage of? Or, how many more times are you going to miss something that you really wanted to put your energy towards, or let it go, let yourself down, whatever it is that this relates to. It feels like a time for stepping up and proving that to yourself, this is not the way anymore. That's very interesting. So let me know if that resonates. If that resonates, I'd love to know. Well, I'm sorry if that does resonate, obviously, but let me know what it relates to for you. Friendship and gratitude, the tulip. And tulip is also very connected to my ancestry. So if you're connected to your own ancestry, that also might be some root chakra stuff coming up. I know for me, I've been feeling the call, possibly because I'm returning to those lands. And so I've been feeling a lot more dream activity and a lot of protection energy within dreams as well, sort of teaching me different things. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So just to know that you can be protected in a spirit sense as well. So maybe even you could do a journey for yourself this week to discover who is on your side, who is protecting you. This friendship and gratitude card says, let us be grateful for the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. So I love this. This is very much in line with what we were talking about in Empath Energetics, actually, because I'm plugging in my laptop here. We were talking all about the 5 people who we are closest to at this point in our life. I had some really surprising answers because there was some people who I kind of wish I could consider in my top 5 and I currently cannot. And then there's some people in my top 5 when I go, wow, what a blessing, they are. Even if there's not a ton of time that's been spent. And so, I love that exercise of who are the 5 closest people to you in your life. How do you define that? Closest to you, could be someone who lives very far away. And also this figuring out who's the closest to you really allows you to see what's causing your dissatisfaction if you are feeling lonely, discontented, or disconnected with others. Speaking of disconnection, before I forget, I'm doing a free live chat, sort of a sit and listen kind of chat. I love to open the floor and hear some feedback or comments or things like that at the end if anyone has them to share. It's kind of like a cozy up and listen to different healing stories with me. So it'll be a different kind of energy. And really just because of how frequently I'm asked how I got into healing, I like the idea of having these replays available that people can watch and get to know at any point. So that is this Wednesday at noon Eastern. So if anyone is interested in that, the link should also be below, and it's under events on my site. There's actually lots of events this October, doing stuff on pendulums, doing another Heal Your Funnel, this time with video with Valerie McTavish. The other Heal Your Funnel went well, and you can check that out. I might be doing a more condensed one. I might be doing a more expanded one, but it'll all lead into these different business programs. I've been also really enjoying how effortlessly it has been, starting for me to switch into business healing and business energetics and helping sensitive people in their business and spiritual, creative people with their business again. I did it for a number of years, but not after having came out as a spiritual practitioner myself and as a healing practitioner, truly stepping into this role. It feels like I'm actually ready to lead with both in mind and spirit and intuition being interwoven into business. Whereas before it was like, no, I'm playing the business game and then I'm playing, it's like they were separate. So I'm really excited that they're combining now. I've got a couple podcasts coming up, a professional speaking gig in November. I've got that training in Scotland. So it'll be a really exciting couple months. I'm glad you are all on board with me. And I'm excited to get some more videos out that are going to feel a little different. I'm going to actually up the recording quality too. Okay, then we have Duval Cole. Let me know what the pronunciation is. I actually really do not know the pronunciation here, and I very rarely choose this card. It says Dharma unfolding. So this is a time for lining up to our purpose. It says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. It's important for us to, like, if you're going to curate, yourself to a longer term vision, it's really important for you to be able to take one step at a time and celebrate this. I think in every move that I've ever done, I've always experienced this one point in the move where you're like, it'll never happen. It'll never get done. Me trimming and changing my items around right now feels like a bit of a move. It's just a transition time, really. The move won't happen for a while, but even going through my stuff in this really like active way has brought up a lot of that feeling for me of like, okay, one step at a time. I can only do whatever I'm capable of actually doing. The only way that's going to happen is if I focus. And this is what I'm going to start to get into. So I'm going to switch into the extended collective now. So if you are interested in talking about ideation, bringing ideas to life, pain and consciousness, and then I'm going to bring another idea in from the Earth Magic deck, then find a way to join us in the extended. So either join the next round of Empath Energetics for the waiting list, or join the I Am Unity community over at Nourish Nomad Co. that I run with Kat O'Brien. And so either or, any option if you want to stay with us for the connected, for the extended collective reading. Okay, so you can check out Deep Belief, Shamanic Journeys. Those are popular this week, but I still do oracle work. I still do one-on-one work with people. Still love doing aromatherapy chats, guiding people through yoga, if that's of interest to you. I do really love the Deep Belief, the hypnotherapy as well. But yeah, anything that draws you in, and I'm going to switch to the extended collective reading now. So enjoy the rest of your day. I would love to see you at Disconnection to Greater Connection. If you're able to join me live, it's just like so much more comforting to feel like people are there with me as I talk and share deep parts of my wounds, because that is how you get into healing. It's like, where have you been the most wounded in your life? So I'm going to try and open up about at least some of those things. It's hard to talk about all of them, but some of them. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your days and weeks. Comment, let me know how this resonated, where you picked up anything. I'm also seeing a high amount of like berries and cherries and fruits. So if you are in need of those things and your body just told you now, then listen to that. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weeks, everyone. We will chat soon.